Hello, it's Saturday, and it's good to talk to you again. I pray that you all are doing well. It's really great. I don't personally know anybody that has come down with this COVID disease, but I do know that it's changing everything about our lives right now. But I pray that you're doing well, you're taking care of yourself, yeah, just be careful, okay? Um, Well, it's a Saturday, and I know that normally we'd be getting ready for Sunday, cleaning ourselves up or whatever we do. I guess the ladies do more than the guys. Um, that reminds me, I read a story that there were some school kids in their class, and their teacher was asking them, "So, what does your mum look like?" And so they went around the room, and everybody was trying to describe their mother. And it came to one little boy, and she asked him, "Well, what does your mum look like?" He said, "Well, she's very tall, and she's got golden auburn hair." And the teacher was really impressed. I mean, that's not the sort of thing that small kids normally say. So she said to the little kid, "Well, that's really amazing. How do you know that's the color of her hair?" And the little boy said, "Well, that's what it says on the box." So there you go. I don't know what made me think of that, but um, anyway, today is Saturday. And, if you've been watching every day, you know that we've been going through the days of Holy Week, right? And I'm not going to recap them all, but you know that yesterday, Friday, was the day that our Lord was crucified on, or it's the day that we remember that. We take special attention to that. But today is Saturday, and so Saturday is very profound here. It's the day between Friday and Sunday. And I wonder how the disciples of Jesus felt at that time. They were, I think it all came up on them pretty quickly. They really didn't, I think, believe right until the end that Jesus was going to be crucified. But having been crucified, I think that many of them uh, just felt it was over. Um, their dreams had gone, um, and they were just in a dark place. I don't know how many times have you been in a dark place. I mean, really a physically dark place. I know that some years ago we went to see the caverns in New Mexico, the Carlsbad Caverns, and when we were in there, they turned out the lights, and it was black. I mean, no light. Sometimes it's not quite like that when you're in a dark place. I remember as a small boy, this was back in London, and it was in the days when London was well known for having really bad fogs. In fact, I think I think it was in 1952 or somewhere around there. The fog was so bad it killed so many people that they took drastic action, and they changed away from coal burning fires and all of the things that contributed to the smog that would occur. But back that year, I will remember it, we were at church. I say we, my dad and we came out of church, and the fog was terrible. You could not see. Now, we lived maybe quarter of a mile from the church, and I remember that quarter of a mile trip took forever. I remember as a little boy, I was walking down the street with my dad holding onto his hand, and I was feeling the rails of the fences alongside the houses. We were literally feeling our way back to home. When it's that dark, everything seems ominous. Even ordinary things just seem really threatening. And I remember that day. But I also remember there have been other times in my life where it hasn't been physically dark, but it's been impossible to see. You know what I mean? Many of you are living with circumstances you don't understand. You can't see through them. You don't know a way around them. Um, for some it might be that you're living with incredible pain. You're hoping and praying and believing that God's going to deliver you. I know there are others that are just living with the uncertainty of what's going to happen to a grandchild, to a great-grandchild. We all have times where we live with uncertainty. And I think that's the day, that's what's represented by the Saturday in Easter. It's not the terrible apparent despair and hardship and suffering of a Good Friday, but here we are in darkness. And so it's not the gut-wrenching pain of Friday, but nor is it the excitement of what we know is coming. So what do you do on a Saturday? What you do on a Saturday is what I did that night as I was going home with my dad from church. I held onto his hand because even though I couldn't see, he had a different perspective. Many times that fog and that mist is down low. And sometimes if you can get up and you can raise yourself up, you can see above some of it. And I don't know what my dad was seeing, but he could see a whole lot more than I could see. I was just looking at a pea soup mess, but he could see more. And I held on his hand. And that's what you do on a Saturday. On a Saturday, you hold on. On a Saturday, you hold his hand and you say, Lord, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened yesterday. I just don't know. I don't understand why I'm here when I'm where I am. But Lord, I do recognize that you have a different perspective than I do. And I'm going to hold your hand because I know that I know that I know what? I know that Sunday's coming. So today, if you're in one of those situations, hang on, brother, hang on, sister. Sunday's coming. And I'm not talking about tomorrow. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the day of resurrection, the day when our prayers are answered, the day when the sun comes streaming in. We have that to look forward to, and we have the certainty. I pray that it happens for you right here, right now. But if it doesn't, hang on to the Father's hand. Hang on to his hand. And before long, Sunday will be here. So tomorrow, come and join us. We'll be starting a little early tomorrow because I'm going to ask that Mark play out some of those broadcasts, some of those videos you've recorded. We're going to do it at the front of the service and we'll do it at the back of the service. But if you're able to join us tomorrow, I'll look forward to talking to you then. Sure love you all. And I pray that you have a happy Easter weekend. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.